Hi, welcome to the League-Kempner house. It started out a great week. I was getting a lot of little things done around the house. The weather was beautiful. I've got some great shots of the ocean in the middle here, and I'm feeling pretty good about the direction of the house. But you can't get lulled into a false sense of security here because you never know what's going to happen. And sure enough, later actually it was the early part of the second week, things took an ugly turn, and you'll see what happens later in the video. It's never dull around here. Letitia and I are here in storage, and this is going to be kind of scary. When I first got the Kempner League house, I had to rent my apartment, the Luke's apartments, for income, and it was like an emergency thing because my tenant's house had been destroyed in the pipes breaking in that big freeze. I had like a week to empty it out, so I just got a storage unit. And you help me. We literally just threw stuff in. It's going to be like a giant Jenga game. I haven't been back here in months and months and months, but the storage went up to like $160 or $70 a month. I got like so many months free and then a cheap deal the first year. But all this stuff, it needs to go and be out. So we're going to open the door, if this is it, and see what's in there. Could be scary.
Well, it's all the way to the door anyway. Oh my!
Oh my God.
Wow.
Wow.
There's a table in there, huh? It is all the way to the ceiling here.
I know. Oh God. Okay, how are we going to...
Can we just close it back? Put the lock back on.
Oh my gosh. This is going to be
Your undertaking.
an undertaking. I ran the Lucas as like an Airbnb, and we had 10 beds, and you had to have 2 sets of sheets for every bed, and then 2 pillows for each person that slept. So somewhere in here there are like 48 pillows. I don't know. There's some sheets. Anybody need a pillow? Anyway, that can just go home and I can sort it at home. So, okay, I'm going to put the camera down and move my car. We'll go get a cart and start filling her up.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, because the thing is, like that $160 a month, I can't do math in my head, but, it's close to $2,000 a year. And for $2,000, that, will go a long way towards doing something at the house. So this is just wasted money. So the goal is in the next 2 weeks, it's going to be empty.
Going in.
I don't want to pull that down on me. Oh, it's so dusty. It may be climate controlled, but it is not dust controlled. This is all the stuff we just stood and threw up in here. All right. Oops. All right. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, I think that's enough. Okay, where's the ground? There it is. Okay. All right, yeah, so that'll clean all this part out. Okay. We took so much stuff out and you couldn't even tell it, and it filled up my whole dining room with junk I had to sort through. And the next day, Ricardo and I went back with my husband's truck and his truck and loaded all those chairs up and a lot of the furniture. He piled everything so high and strapped it down. We looked like the Beverly Hillbillies driving down the freeway to Galveston. But nothing fell off. We got it to the house and decided that the shortest and best way to get things into the house was through the front door. So it's rare that I take the plywood off the front door. This was a good opportunity for you guys to get to see that foyer area with the doors actually opened and the bright sunlight on them. This faux mosaic tile is just something I really am in love with. You can see the great woodwork in the rest of the foyer. I don't think these window inserts were original. I think they were replaced in 1920 as part of the remodel. They're a little too modern. The rest of the day was pretty easy. We spent a lot of time cleaning, and I didn't go down the next day, but Ricardo and his crew came to work, and then I came down the following day to check out what they had done and do some other chores. Sorry for the dark video again, but we're in the basement. A lot of jackhammering went on. The rest of the floor is out. Uncovered this big pipe that came in from outside, and my guess is it was connected to the guttering system because it terminated in the cistern. I saw it when I was down in there. So we don't need that anymore. But it's looking real good. A little more demolition went on there. Whoops. Gotta watch my feet. Ricardo started closing in this wall. It had been an old window that was covered over when the house was added on. And we're going to brick that in, and instead opened up a hatch over here so that we can put an access panel to get into the chase in case there's ever a plumbing issue. And we've left a pipe and opening down here in case the electrician wants to run conduit, because there were a lot of places over here to run conduit with electrical to get to the outside walls. Since this is solid concrete and brick, there's no pulling a wire through a wall. Everything will have to be on the surface. There's a giant pile of bricks over here, and I'm so glad I didn't move it back outside because that's what they used to fill in that space. Okay, this is how things go. I've had a new idea for the shower. We were bricking up this wall, but the stone or cast concrete lintel is cracked here, so it's going to have to come out. So we're actually going to take out the lintel that we already put in and move it to this side, and instead of bricking this whole thing up 3 widths thick, we're only going to brick up this outside and leave a giant niche in the shower that I can then do some decorative tile on the back. So we're going to stop and regroup and demo this and move the lintel. And I think that's a better idea. Genius at work. The dirt pile's right there, and it all needs to come in here. The next day, the weather was absolutely gorgeous. There was this weird break in the clouds in the morning driving in that let these beams of sun come through. It looked like some creepy laser-eyed monster up there, and it was just such a pretty day. I went ahead and went down to the water and took a minute to walk on the seawall and look at the waves. There were a lot of shrimp boats out working. It was just a gorgeous start to the day. That didn't last very long. I'm eating donuts for lunch and watching Saving Harrodsburg Castle to make myself feel better about the sad state of my house. I was having a great morning that turned into just a horrible afternoon. And I feel sorry for myself, so I'm indulging. I had a visitor and I was giving him a tour, and then right when we got on the 3rd floor, I remembered that driving in, I saw something weird up on the little flat roof over the alcove. I showed you a picture as a clue in the prior video as to what the problem was. So I walked over and looked out the window, and it was not just something blown on the roof as I thought. It was the whole roof. Troy? Okay. I meant to come look at this morning because I noticed when I was driving in, I could see what looked like something laying on my roof. But when I get up here, this is my whole roof has blown off. Stick your head out here.
notice?
I just noticed. I noticed it driving in. See that where it's rolled up?
Yeah.
From down on the street. I'll go out and take a picture. It looked like something had blown and landed on the roof. I didn't realize it was my whole entire roof. That again?
We were just saying that the house would tell you what the next project is.
Well, it just screamed at me. Oh, crap. Well, as I stand here and study this, I see the sign of rust. I assume at one time that was flashing. It was nailed around this curve because there's part of the trim sticking out and there's no flashing left. It's either completely, like it's completely disintegrated. You can see where it used to be. So this will have to be reflashed. I was thinking maybe I could do this myself from up here. Put on my safety harness and tie myself off. Okay, I've got to go out and try to pull that thing off before it blows off and hurts somebody. And I didn't want to do it by myself, but my roofer's here. So not my roofer, my lawn guy's here. So hopefully he can call 911. Oh, well, that's it for today. I am disgusted with my house. I don't always love it, and today I'm not loving it so much. So I'm going to get out of here before traffic is bad. I'll sleep on it, and I'll wake up, and I'll probably love it again tomorrow. Till I have to deal with roofers. Oh my gosh, the worst thing in the whole world. But it's going to have to be done. My husband was out of the house early the next morning, but I found this waiting for me in my purse when I got up. I also had a busy day cleaning the kitchen. Trying to make the first floor as presentable as possible. Don't run away from the camera. Okay, Letitia's here today. She's going to be my spotter in a minute, but we're getting ready. We're doing a tea for some of the folks just in the immediate neighborhood to introduce them to the house and what we're doing with the nonprofit. So we've been cleaning, and we're going to take advantage of all those crazy dishes I brought from the Lucas Apartments when I had to move out there.
Beautiful china.
Unfortunately, I have like china for 100.
And we have invitations ready to go. Yay! Yay!
Letitia's creative side.
Simple but pretty.
A lot of furniture.
A little bit of furniture. Yeah. A little more furniture in the other room.
Yeah. And the library's all cleaned out and swept. And the bookcase is finally cleaned out. It's looking pretty good. Well, I have crazy hair. Okay, so I'm going out on the roof. Y'all saw in my purse, my sweet husband put in some roofing, tar and roofing nails. So I'm about to harness up and go out and do a temporary fix on that, but I'm not insane. Okay, hold on here. Get this thing on. So this is my safety harness. Oh, it may not be the right size. I loaned it to the guys. They're a little bigger than me. Oh yeah, they have loosened it up. Okay. You don't want it loose because you don't want to fall out of it. Snug. Good gracious, I don't know who wore this. I don't know who I loaned it to last. Very loose. Okay. Tisha does not want to come out there and drag me up. She wants to be snug.
She's going out this window. Crazy.
Okay. All right. I need you to hook me on the back very securely. Oh, wait. No, this one. I'm sorry. On that ring on the back. Got it? Oh, and I only brought one glove. Okay. All right.
Long enough to reach.
Well, we'll have to do. Okay. All right. Bye. Oh, my rope is long enough. Okay. Oh. Ta-da. Okay. And this is just a temporary fix. So the only reason I'm doing this is we're supposed to get 2 inches of rain tonight. Oh Lord. Okay. Okay. All right.
No loosening it.
Shoot.
As close as you can.
Okay. Well. All right. Yeah. Okay, there's just nothing there. Yeah, there's the edge is too rotted, which is okay because I can't reach it. All in a day's work. Well, that's solid. Let me see if this edge is rotted. No, nothing there. There's nothing there. Okay. I need a longer rope. Is this window open? Can I transfer over to there?
Looks like it should. Yes. So.
I just needed about 6 more inches. Down. Okay. All right. All right. I don't know if I can reach my nails now. That was stupid. All right. I got my nails. There's my hammer. Thank you. All right. It's the Lucy and Ethel show all over again. course, we haven't had rain in months, and it's supposed to rain 2 inches tonight. Hi. Ah, nothing. Nothing. All it's going to come off. Now I know why it blew off. It's not. Well, it had a metal flashing nail down that was completely gone. I don't know what that is. Okay, I think that's probably the best I can do. So, it's better than nothing. Not great. Let me go ahead and borrow the camera and I'll show what's out here. So, the flat area. And this roof line used to be different, as you've seen in that postcard picture before. And if you look, this trim up here is not wood, it's galvanized steel. So we really need the boom up here. This wood is in rough shape. It's rotted and soft. So this whole area needs some work, but we're temporarily fixed. Now the question is, can I get back in? Oh, this one knee that doesn't bend. Okay. Oops. All right. I can't get in. You're going to have to unhook me. Okay, Letitia just pointed out something on the safety harness I meant to show you when I was putting it on. She was asking about this extra that's in a plastic wrapper. That's there so when you fall, if you fall, I've been corrected. If you fall, that's what slows you down without just a sudden jolt from a tight rope. It acts kind of like a bungee. So it's only good once. Once you fall and this comes apart, you got to get a new strap. So there you have it. My great couple of weeks that I was having turned south. And I am not a person that gets really upset or depressed or too stressed about the house. I know that things are going to pop up unexpectedly and cause problems. That's just the nature of the work. But I am actually a little distressed about this, as I said earlier, because it requires me to deal with roofers. And I have never had in my whole life a good experience with roofing a house. It's just, I'm snake bit when it comes to roofers. And this is going to be really hard because it's a small area, it's a high area, it's a flat roof. There's some woodwork that needs to be done and replaced. So just getting somebody out here to bid it is going to be a nightmare. But what's, I guess, got me upset the most is that it means I have to halt all of the work in the alcove down on the first floor. And as you recall, we were just about to get those new windows installed. We've gone over to McNatt Contracting a couple times and seen their shop. We've seen them getting all of the wood pieces ready to build those windows here on site. And they were actually scheduled to come in on Monday, the week after I found all these problems. So I'm going to have to call them and cancel that because there's no way that we can put windows down there and install that incredible and incredibly expensive curved glass and then come up here and work above it on this roof. We'll have to have a tall ladder, scaffolding. There'll be a lot of construction in this area. And the last thing I need is for something to fall and break or a hammer to swing accidentally and shatter one of those big windows. So none of that work can be done. All this work will have to be done up here in this little tiny roofing area, which, I guess eventually it would have needed to be done, but it'll have to get done first. So this is not going to be a 1 or 2 week delay. This could be a 2 or 3 month delay by the time I get somebody out here, get bids. Like I said, just finding somebody that'll even do the work is going to be hard. We're going into wintertime. It's going to be raining. So this is just throwing a monkey wrench into things. In the long run, it's not a big problem. It's just going to make me have to reorder and rethink my plan as to how things are going to get done and when they're going to get done. So that's it for this week. I'm going to head home and just take a breather and think about my schedule and lay out a new work plan. And we'll pick up next week and get started with something else. So thanks for watching. Be sure and subscribe and turn on your notifications because it's never dull around here. And we are moving into the phase where we're going to start putting things back together and doing something other than heavy structural work. So get caught up on some of the prior videos and come back next time here at the League-Kempner house in Galveston, Texas. It's been great having you. Bye.